Hello, and welcome to the Slumber Vault. Tonight, on this quiet, holy night, we are going to take a journey to the very edge of the world. It is a place where the rugged land meets the endless rhythmic sea, a place of solitude, of granite and glass, and of a light that never goes out. Before we begin, I invite you to find a position that feels completely comfortable. Adjust your pillows, pull the blankets up to your chin, and let your body sink into the mattress. Close your eyes. Take a deep, slow breath in, filling your chest with cool, calming air, and release it slowly, letting go of the day. Let go of the lists, the plans, the noise. Here, you are safe. Here, there is nothing you need to do, nowhere you need to be. You are simply the watcher, the guardian, resting in the safety of the stone tower. Let us begin.
The world outside is vast, wild, and beautifully dark. Imagine, if you will, a rugged cliffside on the coast of Maine. It is late on Christmas Eve. The sky above is a heavy, velvet curtain of charcoal gray, hiding the stars, but offering something else in return: snow. Great, soft flakes of white are falling from the heavens. They swirl and dance in the wind, dusting the jagged black rocks of the cliff with a coat of pure, shimmering white. Long pause. Here, at the edge of the continent, the ocean meets the land with a powerful, rhythmic song. Even though the winter wind is blowing, a strong, singing gale that whips the white caps of the Atlantic, you do not feel the cold. You do not feel the bite of the wind, because you are inside. You are the Lighthouse Keeper, and you are standing in the center of your warm, cozy cottage, which sits huddled safely at the base of the great stone tower. Long pause. The cottage is your sanctuary. It is a small, sturdy building with thick wooden beams and walls lined with books and woolen tapestries. In the corner, a cast iron wood stove is humming with heat. Through the glass door of the stove, you can see the orange glow of the fire, licking at a log of seasoned oak. Crackle, pop, hiss. The sound is comforting, like a sleeping cat purring in the room with you. The air in the cottage smells of dried lavender, wood smoke, and the faint, sweet scent of an old book you left open on the table. You look out the small, thick window pane. The glass is cold to the touch, frosted at the corners with intricate patterns of ice, looking like ferns made of crystal. Outside, the world is a swirl of wind and water, but inside, everything is still. Everything is solid. It is time to tend to the light. This is not a chore. It is a ritual, a sacred duty that you love. You move slowly across the wooden floorboards. You are wearing thick, knitted socks, and you feel the warmth of the wood beneath your feet. You reach for your coat hanging by the door. It is a heavy, navy blue wool coat specifically made for nights like this. As you slide your arms into the sleeves, the weight of the wool feels like a hug. It is heavy, grounding, and protective. You button it up, one large button, then the next, all the way to your chin. You wrap a soft tartan scarf around your neck, tucking the ends in so they stay snug. Finally, you step into your sturdy leather boots, lacing them up with slow, deliberate movements. You are ready. You do not have to go outside to reach the tower. Your cottage is connected to the lighthouse by a short, covered stone hallway, a bridge between the warmth of your home and the majesty of the light. You open the heavy oak door that leads to the connector. Immediately, the air changes. It is cooler here, not freezing, but crisp. The smell changes too. The smell of the wood stove fades, replaced by the ancient mineral scent of damp stone, old iron, and the sharp, salty tang of the ocean. You walk down the short stone corridor. The walls here are whitewashed brick, glowing softly in the light of a lantern you carry in your hand. Your shadow stretches long and dancing against the wall. You reach the end of the corridor and stand before the massive iron door that leads into the base of the lighthouse itself. The door is painted a deep, glossy black. It is rounded at the top, like the entrance to a castle. You reach out and grip the cold iron handle. You turn it. With a heavy, satisfied clunk, the latch releases. You push the door open and step into the base of the tower.
The feeling inside the lighthouse is one of absolute permanence. The walls here are 5 feet thick, built from blocks of granite quarried from the earth 100 years ago. Outside, the winter gale might be howling, trying to push against the world, but in here, it is silent. The storm is nothing more than a muffled vibration, a low, distant hum that you feel in the soles of your boots rather than hear with your ears. You are inside the belly of a sleeping giant. You look up. Far, far above you, spiraling up into the shadows, is the staircase. It is a masterpiece of cast iron, a ribbon of metal curling upward, step by step, toward the lantern room at the very top. The air here is still. It holds a silence that feels heavy and holy. You place your hand on the cold, smooth metal of the railing. You take a deep breath, tasting the salt air that always lingers in the tower. You feel a sense of deep peace settle over you. Tonight is Christmas Eve. Most of the world is gathered around trees or sleeping in beds in crowded towns, but you are here, alone but connected to everyone. You are the watcher in the night. You are the keeper of the flame. The tower stands firm around you, an unbreakable circle of stone.
You are safe. You are warm in your wool coat, and you have a job to do. You look at the first step of the spiral stair. It is time to climb. It is time to ascend to the light. You place your boot on the first iron tread of the spiral staircase. It is a solid, heavy sound, a soft thud that echoes gently against the curved stone walls. You lift your other foot, step, and so the journey upwards begins. This is a climb you have made 1,000 times before. Your body knows the rhythm of it by heart. There is no rush. There is only the slow, steady ascension toward the sky. Round and round you go. The staircase is a perfect spiral, curling upward like the inside of a seashell. Step and step. With each rotation, you leave the ground further behind. The air grows slightly cooler on your cheeks. The silence of the stone tower seems to deepen, wrapping around you like a heavy blanket. Your hand glides along the iron railing. The metal is smooth, worn down by years of touch. It feels cool and grounding under your palm. Climb, pause, climb. As you rise higher, the sound of the wind outside begins to change. Down below, it was a distant rumble. But here, halfway up the tower, it becomes a soft melodic hum. You can hear the winter gales singing against the thick granite walls. Whoosh. It is not a frightening sound. It is a reminder of how safe you are. The walls are impenetrable. You are suspended in a pillar of stone, protected from the elements, simply listening to the song of the storm. You continue the hypnotic spiral. Step, step, step. The rhythm of your boots on the iron stairs is steady. It is a slow, methodical beat, like the ticking of a great, slow clock. Your breathing aligns with your movement, in and out, step and pause. Finally, you see the landing above you, the iron grate that marks the top of the tower. You take the final few steps, slowly, deliberately. You reach the top platform and stand up straight, taking a deep breath. You have arrived in the lantern room. This is the jewel of the lighthouse, the crown of the tower. The room is circular, surrounded entirely by panes of thick, reinforced glass. Outside the glass, the night is wild. Snow is swirling in chaotic, beautiful patterns, dancing in the dark air. But inside, the air is still. It smells of polished brass, machine oil, and ozone. In the center of the room sits the masterpiece, the Fresnel lens. It is massive. It towers above you, a great glittering beehive of glass. It is made of hundreds of hand-cut crystal prisms stacked in perfect concentric circles. Even in the dim light of the room, the glass catches the faint reflection of the moon hidden behind the clouds. It glimmers like a diamond. It looks like a sculpture made of ice, yet it is warm with purpose. You approach the lens with reverence. This is your charge. This is the heart of the lighthouse. You begin your nightly ritual. First, you take a soft velvet cloth from the workbench. The fabric is midnight blue, worn soft by years of use. You walk slowly around the great glass structure. You are looking for any speck of dust, any smudge that might dim the light. There, a tiny spot on one of the lower prisms. You raise the cloth. Gently, oh so gently, you wipe the glass. Swish, swish. The glass is perfectly clear now, invisible, waiting.
Next, you check the mechanism. At the base of the lens, there is a heavy brass housing containing the gears that make the great light turn. You lean in close. You can smell the faint earthy scent of the oil that keeps the gears moving smoothly. It is a pleasant, industrial smell, the smell of things that work well. You check the gauges. Everything is perfect. The pressure is steady. The oil levels are full. Now, the final step. You reach out for the heavy brass lever that engages the rotation. Your fingers wrap around the cold metal. You take a breath, and you pull the lever down. Clunk. For a second, there is silence, and then a low, deep vibration begins. The massive glass hive begins to move. Slowly, so slowly you almost can't see it at first. But then you see the glint of the prisms shifting. The great lens is rotating, smooth, silent, heavy. Now you turn the switch for the lamp itself. Click. Instant brightness. A beam of pure, brilliant white light erupts from the center of the lens. It hits the prisms and is magnified 1,000 times. It shoots out through the window, slicing into the dark, snowy night. You stand back and watch. The beam sweeps across the glass. Light. And then it passes. Darkness. And then it returns. Light. The rhythm is established. The heartbeat of the coast has begun. You watch the beam cut through the falling snow, illuminating the flakes for a split second, turning them into falling stars. The mechanism is humming a low, steady tune. The light is sweeping. The work is done. The light is lit. You are the guardian of the flame, and all is well.
The great light is turning now, steady, rhythmic, endless. You step away from the glass hive of the lens and move toward the edge of the room. Here, nestled against the curved iron wall, is your watchman's station. It is a simple wooden chair, softened with a thick, knitted cushion. Beside it stands a small, round table made of oak. You sit down. The chair creaks softly, a familiar, welcoming sound. You settle into the seat, letting your back rest against the sturdy wood. Even here, miles from the nearest village, suspended high above the churning ocean, it is Christmas, and you have prepared for it. Reaching down to your bag, you lift out a wreath. It is a simple thing. You made it yourself this morning from the evergreens that grow in the shelter of the cliffside. Branches of balsam fir, needles of pine, and a sprig of holly with bright red berries. You hang the wreath on a brass hook near the window. Against the cold, dark glass and the heavy iron of the tower, the green needles look vibrant and alive. You lean in close to it. You inhale deeply. The scent is magnificent. The sharp, clean perfume of the pine forest mixes with the smell of the ocean air and the faint warmth of the oil lamp. It is the scent of winter magic. It smells like home.
You have one more treat for this long, solitary night. On the small oak table sits your thermos. You reach out and unscrew the cap. Twist, twist. As the lid comes off, a plume of white steam rises into the cool air of the lantern room. It curls and drifts ghost-like, catching the glow of the rotating light. The smell hits you instantly. Hot apple cider. Spiced with cinnamon sticks, a few cloves, and a peel of fresh orange. It is a sweet, spicy aroma that warms you just by breathing it in. You pour the steaming liquid into your ceramic mug. The sound of the pouring is liquid and heavy. Glug, glug, glug. You wrap both hands around the mug. The heat radiates through the ceramic, soaking into your palms, warming your fingers, traveling up your arms. It is a deeply comforting heat. You lift the cup to your lips and take a small sip. It is sweet, tart, and perfectly warm. It tastes like the holidays. You rest the mug on your knee, holding it close, and turn your gaze outward. Through the thick glass panes, you watch the night. The snow is falling harder now. But in the beam of the lighthouse, the snow does not look like a storm. It looks like a celebration. As the great beam sweeps around, whoosh, it illuminates millions of snowflakes. For a brief second, they flare up brilliantly white against the black sky. Like diamond dust thrown into the air, like confetti made of light. And then
The beam passes, and they vanish back into the velvet dark. You watch the rhythm. Light and dark. Light and dark. It is a visual lullaby, a hypnotic pulse that slows your heart rate down to match its pace. Below you, you know the ocean is roaring. You can see the white foam of the waves crashing against the jagged rocks far at the bottom of the cliff. But up here, behind the glass, silence reigns. You are the silent observer, the peaceful guardian. Your eyes scan the horizon. Usually, there is nothing but black water meeting black sky. But tonight, you see something. Far, far out in the distance, a tiny speck of light. It is a ship, a solitary vessel making its way through the winter waves. Perhaps a fishing trawler returning late, or a cargo ship heading for the harbor miles down the coast. Sailors trying to get home for Christmas morning. You watch the tiny light bobbing in the darkness. Then your great beam swings around. The shaft of light stretches out across miles of tossing water. It touches the distant ship. Just for a moment. A connection is made. You see the ship's light turn slightly. They have seen you. Because of your light, because of the work you did climbing the stairs, because of the clean glass and the oiled gears, they know where the rocks are. They are safe. You watch as the tiny light steers gradually away from the coast, correcting its course, guided by your star. A profound sense of peace washes over you. It is a feeling of quiet accomplishment. You are not just sitting in a tower, you are keeping watch. You are the anchor for those at sea. You take another sip of your warm cider. The ship fades slowly into the distance, safe and sound. You are alone again. But you do not feel lonely. You feel full. You feel the quiet joy of a duty fulfilled. The wreath smells of pine. The cider warms your chest. The light turns and turns and turns. Your eyelids are beginning to feel heavy now. The hypnotic sweep of the beam is inviting you to rest. The watch is steady. The mechanism is perfect. It is time to go back down. It is time to rest. You stand up slowly from the watchman's chair. Your movements are languid and heavy with relaxation. You take one last look at the great light. The brass gears are turning smoothly. The lens is spinning. The beam is sweeping the dark horizon with perfect precision. You place your hand gently on the cool iron railing of the stairs. It is time to descend. Going down is easy. You are floating down, effortlessly, letting gravity carry you back to the earth. Step, step, step. With every turn of the spiral, you leave the noise of the wind further behind. The humming of the gale fades away, replaced by the deep, comforting silence of the stone tower. You reach the bottom. You walk through the short stone corridor and open the heavy wooden door to your cottage. The warmth embraces you instantly. It is a thick, soft heat that wraps around your shoulders like a heavy quilt. The air smells of the dying fire, a sweet, smoky scent of oak and ash. You close the door behind you. Click. The world outside, the wind, the snow, the cold, is locked away. You are inside the fortress. You walk over to the large, overstuffed armchair in front of the wood stove. The fire has burned down to a bed of glowing red embers. They pulse softly with heat, glowing brighter, then dimming, breathing in time with you. You sit down. You sink deep into the cushions. You pull a heavy wool blanket up over your legs, tucking it in around your sides. It is so soft, so warm. You listen. Faintly, through the thick walls, you can hear the ocean. Crash. Hush. It is the heartbeat of the world, rhythmic, eternal. It is a white noise that lulls you deeper and deeper into relaxation. Your work is done. The light is shining above you. The ships are safe. The storm is just a song singing you to sleep. You feel a heaviness in your eyelids, a pleasant, warm weight. You close your eyes. In your mind's eye, you can still see the gentle rotating beam of the lighthouse. Sweep and sweep. It is a pendulum swinging you into a trance. Your breathing slows down, deep and slow. You are safe in the cottage. You are warm by the fire. There is nothing left to do tonight, nothing but rest. Let the image of the light fade. Let the sound of the waves carry you away. Drifting, floating, deeply, deeply asleep. Good night.